So curious thing, you don't ace the Pershing, and then suddenly two come along together, back to back. So that's the story of that game. That damage you saw there. That's the story of this game coming up. Now, I think I've explained it a few times in a few clips. Not many light tank players know about it. Not many Pershing players play a camo net, but after watching Des games and a few people on the PC play with a camo net on the Pershing, because it's, you know, not that great a camo and it's pretty decent view range for spotting. I like to be a bit passive as well, so I pick up some assist. So we're going to head to F6 on the ridge. Got 10 degrees of gun depression, got excellent spotting range, and there's a ton of bushes up there. But if you are a light tank or a fast medium tank with excellent camo rating, I can only advise from the north of Westfield. If you go to the position that you're going to watch me get to, you are going to have, unless the enemy team do not cross to try and get to the K0's point, unless they don't do it at all, you are going to have one hell of a game and you will be almost guaranteed a win, because this position is so broken it's stupid. So we're just waiting for me to trundle through up the hill, followed by the Borzig, who also seems to know the gen. So as you can see, no artillery. We've caught out the T30, we've caught out the Tiger II, and I didn't catch out the T54. But he's doing a good job of getting caught out himself. Now he's waiting for those guys to get up in the position to be able to do anything at our bridge. But here's the issue. Those guys are being counter-spotted by me and the Borzig. So I miss a couple of shots. You know, whatever, 0.35 accuracy is not exactly the greatest. Get a nice tracking shot into the Tiger II. And he instantly repairs, so he's burnt the repair pack. His engine's now gone. He's out of here. So the T-54's getting eaten up. That was my shot into him. Borzig gives him a crack. Now he's become my spot because of where he's dropped back to. The 110's dropped down off the ridge towards us to try and get us spotted, which he does a good job, as you just hear, and loses half of his health for doing so. Once again, this is all my assist. And he's gone. So the T30 is now calling help, as you will see. He calls help because it tells you what the enemy do on these new replays. So he has called for help. The T-54 has obviously said, I'm out of here. And we take down the T-30. So all three of those tanks that have died have done 0 damage. The T-54 spotted by me, now all of him beaten up. As soon as he'd gone where he was, I knew that as long as I could keep him lit up, he would be dead. Nothing he could do. So like I said, Westfield North, if you cross from there to the F6 and spot across, unless you get a suicidal moron go down the valley and ends up being game over for you, it's pretty tough for you with all of that support on the left hand bridge. As long as they move up too, they can't camp at the bridge and hope to win. So luckily I had a team that was willing to push, which is good. So the A44 or A43 is coming down. We know that he's gonna, I know that he's instantly going to die. I mean, what he thinks, he obviously thinks he's going to take out something on the ridge without knowing that from behind he's being smashed. And he's come into the buildings, no problem. So they've all started to fall back now off the hill into us, which allows the tanks that have pushed up in the A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4 area to clean up a little up there too. So the one platoon have all sort of like tried to group up again because they're getting beaten to death. And in the meantime, I've taken out that medium tank. But I just came up here to see what happened up here, because we can look around everywhere and we find the T-54 has killed the Centurion 7-1. So the conch thinks that he's covered. Yeah, from the tanks in front, sure he is. So I'm penning the conch from here. And the conch goes down to the 1375. So now we get a nice shot into the side of the STI, that's me up on the ridge. And we snapped the last one in to get the kill just before he went out of my shot, which was cool. So I'm underneath the map at the moment. I'm going to come around. There I am right there. And he's taken out. That's it. Game over. So that was an ace tanker. And this is ace number 2. Right after it. Back-to-back aces. So we've already got 4 or 5 penetrations, or maybe even 6. So we had 2 into an IS-6. 2 into a KV-4, 1 into a Tiger P, and 1 into an ISU-152 that all tried to cross down into town, whilst at the same time picking up assisted damage on the fact that we can keep these guys lit up. Now the reason that I'm using APCR from this point where I am has nothing to do with the extra penetration, okay? It's the shell velocity. When they're crossing in front of me, I want to not be able to have to lead that shot too much in order for the shell to catch up. So if anything fast was crossing in front of me, it's always easier to hit them with an APCR round. Of course, didn't miss. So we've walked out of that with God knows how many spotted target hit and full health, and there's a server reticle shot way the hell outside the reticle, or whatever, and he gets taken out. We picked up a shot into the artillery and the assisted damage on the KV-85. Now, the T-71, I think, probably wasn't the greatest light tank player, stroke anybody really, on World of Tanks. So once again, at the same time as shooting a T-71 and picking up a damage and a kill, we pick up the assist on half the health of the Striv. I can't wait to get hold of that tank, by the way. Again, it's tomorrow, so that's when I will start my Swedish line and do another video. And so these replays are only available for 7 days apparently. So we pick up the kill off the Striv, and then the next shot we pick up the kill of the Arty. That's a Reaper medal right there. 3 shots, 3 kills.
Focus on this location.
So it's the IS-6 that had been spotted at the very start of the game. We were stuck 2 rounds into. God only knows how he ended up here without getting killed, but there you go. God only knows why he ended up bothering to come up here. I don't know.
Enemy knows our location. That one did damage.
And now we're side scraping this rock slightly. He's not interested in looking at me.
Looks like that one went through.
And he's gone. Game over. So as soon as I saw the amount of assisted damage I'd got and the amount of ribbons I'd got, I thought to myself, God, this must be another ace. Well, there you go. Like I said before, 2 come along at once. So thanks very much for watching my clips, and I'll see you tomorrow.